Okay, hello everyone. This is May 18th, and back in on last Friday we put our Nuc Box in the hive over here. Monday we went in, we found 5 swarm cells, and we're going to go in today and take a look, see what we can find. So we're going to bring you along with us. We got our suit on, as you can see. Hood up. I got my gloves. Got my hive tool, and it's a little breezy out, but it's like 55 out, and the bees are flying, so it shouldn't be that bad. Let's go see what we can find, and we'll talk about what we find, and then we'll recap on last Monday. If you haven't seen those videos, I will put the link down below, and hope you'll join us. So we'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to set you up right over here, and we're going to do something a little different today. Now, I told you, let me raise you here, that on Monday we had queen cells. So we had found a total of 5 sealed queen cells and 3 unsealed queen cells with nothing in them. They're just starting to build them out. I'll put my hive tool down. So what we're going to do today is I've got this feeder. I got a funnel with it. It's got these that the bees can climb on. Okay, you put simple syrup in here, 1-to-1 ratio. So I have 11 cups of water, filtered water, to 11 cups of just basic table cane sugar. Set that right there. And then I've got these old frames that they drew out some on. So the reason that the bees are building queen cells is because they think that they don't have enough space. And I talked to my friend Patty, who, from Drex Honey, she's amazing. That she says that they do not see undrawn frames as space. So here's what we're going to do. Take off the inner cover. We're going to replace this box with this box. We're going to take one of these frames that hasn't been drawn out yet, show you what one looks like, so they can have something to draw on. Putting simple syrup in their feeding will encourage them to draw out comb. And you can see they're flying around. They don't like me because I've killed so many queen cells. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this hive down here. I'm going to take, and I'll pull one of these frames out just to show you. And hopefully doing this will say to them, which are getting a little antsy, I might not be in here long, might say to them, hey, we have plenty of space to live. You notice how they're not on these 2 frames and not on these 3? Because they're not drawn out yet. Okay? There's plenty of pollen here. There's plenty of larvae, plenty of eggs, plenty of sealed brood. So we're going to put this back down before they get too antsy. Like that. I'm going to put this box of frames up here. Okay. I may get stung. If I do, then, you know, I'll learn my lesson. I got stung the other day when I was in here on Thursday. I got stung in the lower, I guess you could say, about the tramp stamp, even though I don't have one. Don't like that phrase, but it is what it is. Okay, I'll put this in here. We're going to put this one extra frame in here so they have 8 or or 7 with comb on it. They have 5 down here they can put comb on, and then we're going to put the syrup in here. So I've got this down by your feet. Let me get this. Okay. And yes, that's just our basic kitchen pot. I heated the water up in the electric kettle, and that got the first 6 cups hot enough to melt all the sugar. And then I added in 5 cups of cold water to, I'm going to drown them by accident, to lower the temperature of this. Now you saw I just spilled some. The reason I put it clear over to the side is they're not going on that side of the hive. So if I do spill some, it's not going to drown any bees. They will clean up what's there. Almost. And they're already crawling around on these frames. Okay? So they should see these frames as a space to put stuff. Alright? See? They're already on this frame. It's got beeswax on it. So this should solve the queen cell problem. And a queen cell, for those that don't know, is a cell that grows down here, or that they build down here, with a larva in it. And one that goes on the side is a supersedure cell. On the bottom is a swarm cell. Okay. I'm going to leave this funnel out here so I can get the syrup off of it. I'm just going to set it right there. I'm going to put this here. They'll still be able to get a drink. I'm going to put the lid back on. I'm going to grab my high tool. And we're going to go over there and grab the pot. I'm going to leave this box here for now so we can walk and talk. There. So we've got lots of brood there. Now there are 3 stages of bee eggs. You have your egg, bee brood. You have your larva, which is where they're transforming into a bee. And then you got the pupa where they're maturing into a bee. Okay, set you right there. Put the pot down, tip you up so you're not looking at my chest. So we have all 3 stages in there. They are bringing in pollen because I've seen them all over our dandelions, and we got tulips coming up. So I know they're bringing in pollen because I saw the pollen earlier when I forgot to press record. I've already been in there once today. Okay, so they're bringing in pollen, they're bringing in nectar because there's lots of nectar in there. Now, nectar is different than honey, okay? Nectar is where the water content is too high to make it honey. Honey has an 18% water to sugar ratio, or water to nectar ratio. The nectar is above that. A lot of times it's 50%. What I put in there was basically nectar, okay? We've got pollen in there, and then they have what's called bee bread or bee food. It's for the new bees. When they hatch, they come out around the brood. You'll see a mixture of pollen and nectar, and that's for the newborn bees to eat. Okay. The wind also made them a little bit antsy today, plus me being in there killing off some queen cells. So the fact that they're already climbing on those frames, okay, they're going to expand. The sugar water is going to say, hey, you guys have to make room for all this. There's a gallon there. Now, I don't know if you guys know how much a gallon of sugar water is. It's a lot of sugar, okay? So they're going to take all that and they're going to have to store it. Probably Sunday, if it's nice out. Yeah, I think it's Sunday. We're supposed to have a nice day. Or Saturday afternoon. I'll check on them again to see. Just taking off the top cover, the inner cover, and we'll see how much syrup they have left. We might have to make some more for them. I'm probably going to be feeding them for 2 to 3 weeks until they get those frames filled out, until the queen lays up there. Probably around the first week of July, we'll be putting at least 1 super of comb up there. We do have these old ones that we may scrape down and re-wax for them to dry out. Now, if I re-wax a full box of 10 frames, because that's a standard Langstrom hive, is 10 frames, they may dry that out in less than a week. They may dry it out in 4 or 5 days. Okay, so that's going to give them a lot of room to put nectar. And I'll put I don't always use the queen excluder, but I might this year just to keep her out of the honey hive. So the bees are doing good. I didn't like that they weren't drawn out comb, but my friend Patty said to give them some simple syrup, so they have to draw out comb. I did give them old drawn out comb that I knew didn't have any hive moth larvae in it, because that hive didn't get any that year, this past year. That was out of a box that was absconded by a set of bees 2 years ago, and nothing went in it this past winter or past fall. So we're going to let them just do their thing. We're going to let them fly around. I'm going to leave these boxes open so they can actually take the beeswax off these frames and try to draw out some of that over there. Because as you saw, not all those frames were fully drawn out. So let's make things a little easy for them. And I'm just going to leave these frames uncovered. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about over here. Okay. And I mean, you can see that they're flying on it already. Okay. This is stuff I scraped down and got rid of. These are the ones that were damaged really bad. Okay. There's even some honey in here. But you can see that they had some hive moth damage in there. Okay, hive beetle. And look, they are flying on these frames. So I'm just going to leave them out for them. To heck with it. Just let them keep them. I can't use it. It's better than me throwing it away. If they can take it and do something with it, that's great. So, but Monday the possibility was that they were planning on swarming. We got rid of those 8 cups. Today I got rid of 4 that were started, and 3 or 4, and 1 that was sealed. And I really hate killing off queens, but it is what it is. I went back in Monday afternoon and found the queen, and she is huge. And I know women are going to say, you don't call a woman fat, but I'm going to tell you what, for a queen, oh my God, she's probably that big around right there, the size of my pinky, for an abdomen for all the eggs. And she's about twice as long as the worker bees, and she is laying like a mad woman. A queen can lay 1,500 to 2,500 eggs in a day. So she's a really strong queen. They say she's a year old, that this is her first year. I don't think so. I think she's older than that. I think we got the queen of last year and that someone marked her wrong because they put a little dot of paint. They've got the dot on there that makes her 4 years old. I don't think that's right. I think she's a year, maybe 2 at the most. But that is not a 4-year-old queen, and that is not a new queen. But she is laying like crazy. We've got a lot of brood. We've got a lot of bees, and I'm hoping that we get a really strong hive in the next week or so. I mean, it's strong now, but I'd like to see it stronger. I did get to see Monday some bees hatch. I've never seen that before. You want to talk about childbirth, it's amazing. Like I said, she can lay 2,500 eggs in a day. You get 2,500 eggs to hatch in a day. She can really hold her own. So I'm actually thinking of naming her. All right. So if you guys want, help me figure out a name for our queen in this hive. This is the Hill Gardens hive. I was thinking of Hilda. It's kind of cheesy, I know, but let me know. Saturday we're going to be at the farmers market. I got all set up the past 2 days for that. We are bringing 26 sauces with us. We have plenty of sauce. We got our testers with us. So come see us Presque Isle Pavilion from 8:30 to 12:30, starting this Saturday, every Saturday through to October. And just remember, keep your thumb green and your food spicy, and we'll catch you later. You guys have a great night.